Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at this week's Sunday preview. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Sunday preview, a festive made to order. What's Christmas without the treats? And what could be more of a treat than two sets of classic Space Marines returning for a festive made to order? So there's a little video right here, but we're going to take a look at the full article. Alright, so first we have the Space Marines Company Command. So a bunch of classic tactical Marines right here. Definitely some OG stuff that I haven't seen in a while. This set of 8 high-ranking plastic Space Marines comprises the upper echelons of a given company. An honored captain, a stern chaplain, a fierce librarian, a proud company champion, a skilled apothecary, a heroic company ancient, and 2 grizzled company veterans. This set is available on a made-to-order basis for 9 days between the 14th of December and the 22nd of December until 6 p.m. GMT. Please be aware that your order may take up to 180 days to arrive. Alright, so Games Workshop repacking the old company command with a librarian, captain, and chaplain included as well. So they are all plastic. It's going to be one set for all of them, and it is going to be a made-to-order basis, so it's going to take up to 6 months to arrive. But definitely cool to see the opportunity for people to pick up some of these classic models. Obviously, the Company Command doesn't hold up nearly as well now that we have the new Company Heroes box set, which has been upscaled, and obviously the models are much more detailed. But the characters actually hold up pretty well. The Librarian still looks pretty cool, the Captain, and then also the Chaplain model. Just keep in mind that all of these are in Tactical Marine armor, so they are the Mini Marines. And then we also have Space Marine Heroes of the First Company. So a bunch of really nice Terminator models that we haven't seen in a while returning as well. The First Company are every chapter's honored veterans, granted the honor of donning suits of tactical dreadnought armor of immense value and power. This set comprises 10 Space Marines in Terminator armor, including a captain, an ancient, and 3 assault Terminators and 5 regular Terminators with a variety of weapons. This set is available on a made-to-order basis for 9 days between the 14th of December and the 22nd of December until 6 p.m. GMT. Please be aware that your order may take up to 180 days to arrive. So again, we have a plastic set, this time Terminators. So you're going to have a nice Captain Sculpt right here with a Power Fist and Combi Weapon, and then you're going to have a Company Ancient as well. We've got one Terminator with Cyclone Missile Launcher, Power Fist, and Stormbolter. We've got one Terminator with Assault Cannon and Power Fist. We have one Terminator with Heavy Flamer and Chain Fist. And then we have 2 standard Terminators with Power Fist and Stormbolters. 2 Assault Terminators with Thunderhammer and Storm Shield. And then we also have 1 Assault Terminator with Lightning Claws. So interesting little matchup right here. Currently, the Terminator Ancient is not available for sale, so definitely a nice opportunity to grab one of those up. These are available in a 10-pack. And while these are newer sculpts, I'm not 100% sure if these are actually in scale with the new Terminator sculpts. So these are somewhere in between like the old style Terminators and then the new style Terminators, which have been upscaled and some of the details changed. I think these were kind of like the foreshadowing of the new style Terminators, but I'm not sure that they're actually of the same scale. So they may be slightly smaller. It's also an interesting setup too because it's 10 models, 2 of them are characters, and then you have 5 of the standard Terminators, but 3 of them have heavy weapons, so you can't actually put all of them in a single squad. And then you also get 3 assault Terminators, which you need 5 to form a squad. So unless you're going to be using these for like a mixed unit for Deathwatch or potentially something like Space Wolves, which for note, these are non-chapter specific Space Marines, so there's no actual like chapter markings on any of them. Which is good because you can use them for any chapter, but it's bad because you can't actually form like regular units with these. But very cool to see some of the Space Marine heroes coming back in a single pack for people to pick up, even if it does take 6 months to get them. Now a quick word from today's sponsor, CMO Games. CMO Games carries a full range of Games Workshop products including miniatures, paint, terrain, tools, and more. They take pre-orders for most Games Workshop new releases as early as possible, usually 12:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. CMO Games offers 15% off of MSRP for most all Games Workshop products and offer fast free shipping to the continental United States on orders over $50. Most orders ship out within 24 hours. You know their customer service is top-notch as they've been selling games online for over 20 years. Use the affiliate link below and let them know that Warhammer Man sent you. And then from Black Library, we have Sons of the Hydra MP3. Few of the Emperor's sons are more difficult to understand or predict than the Alpha Legion. Branded traitors since the Horus Heresy, their motives and actions have always been shrouded in mystery. Occam the Untrue leads his warband out of his hunting grounds in the Maelstrom on an epic quest for salvation, not just for himself, but for his whole legion. While the forces of the Inquisition snapping at their heels, Occam and his followers must use all the guile and considerable martial prowess as they make their way to the cold heart of the galaxy, to a confrontation that no one, least of all Occam himself, could have foreseen. Sons of the Hydra by Rob Sanders is now available as an MP3 audiobook. So very cool. Alpha Legion obviously have a super cool like past little bit of lore. To this day, they're known as a traitor legion, but there's always been some kind of confusion as to whether or not they're actually still loyal. So in game terms, they're a heretic Astartes army, but realistically, if you read up on some of the lore from the Horus Heresy and some of the cool like books and novels over time, they have shown up on many occasions and proved themselves to be loyalists. Also, the faction has the ability to shapeshift or like transform their armor. So there's definitely some lore accounts of when a particular chapter showed up and battled as either loyalists or traitor marines. And then we later found out that they were actually Alpha Legion. So very cool little bit of backstory right there. And nice to see this showing up on MP3 from Black Library. So relatively slow week with the holiday coming up. Really just have the 2 made to order sets, but whenever Games Workshop brings back the opportunity to get a hold of some classic models that are hard to find or expensive to get a hold of, always happy to see that for the people out there that have either nostalgia attached to these or really like these sculpts, want to add them into their existing armies, fill out their old armies. Maybe they're missing some of these models. So very cool. Me personally, I prefer the new stuff. I like the new company heroes. I think they are far superior in look and quality to the company command squads. And same with like the new character sculpts. But again, that doesn't take away from the quality of some of these sculpts. Obviously, all 3 of these characters still hold up relatively nicely, even compared to the new stuff. And then also some of these Terminator models as well. These things hold up pretty nice. They're really not all that old. And if you do have some like mix and match Marines, maybe you could buy this set and then fill out some existing squads. But I don't love that they're selling this in a pack that's not really like functional in game terms. Especially if the scale, look, and style isn't exactly the same as some of the new stuff. But you could argue that the Tactical Dreadnought armor or Terminator armor is oftentimes a chapter relic, so it's not always going to match exactly within a squad or within a chapter itself. So definitely some cool like lore elements you could spin to have your models not look exactly the same. And again, these models do hold up pretty nicely. So let me know if you're after any of these particular models, if you're going to be picking up these made to orders. In the past, I have done the made to order purchases. And oftentimes it does take the full 6 months and sometimes even longer to get a hold of them. But one of the nice things about that is you pay for them ahead of time and then eventually they show up and it's a sort of nice surprise when they do. So let me know what you're going to be picking up this week, what you're excited for, or if you're looking forward to busting open some of the stuff you've already picked up for Christmas. Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. And as always, special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on most Games Workshop products. And make sure to tell them that Warhammer Man sent you. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.